Hi, my name is Nick Muller. Thank you for tuning into my video. In a moment, I'm going to clip in an interview that I recorded this morning with a client that I've been working with for about 2 years and 8 months. And in that time, we've recalibrated his business, set up a sales process, changed a whole lot of functionality in the business to make it much more effective and efficient and increase the sales. We've also strengthened the market leadership position so that the company now enjoys a much stronger lead flow and inquiry flow, and the average dollar sale has also increased. So I'll let the interview speak for itself. Talk to you soon. Cheers.
So when did we start working together, Phil?
Must have been around the 2000 and was it the 2000s?
Yeah. So how long we've been working together? Probably about 2 years.
2 years, 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Yep. And initially, the initial situation was you're trying to figure out how to increase sales. Is that right?
That was our biggest thing. How do we get sales up, and how do we change our model of how we're doing business? I think that we were sort of stuck in a rut a bit and not actually moving forward.
How long before that?
I bought the business in 2015. So it's 4 or 5 years beforehand. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Read a copy of my book.
Yes, I got the copy. I got your book sent to me, and you sent that to me, and I read it, and I saw some parallels in there that was happening in our business, and thought we needed to talk. So that's when we got started. Yeah.
So it was actually a bit of a complex issue. It was a little bit about the model, a little bit about the market positioning, and a little bit about the people on board.
There was the people on board. We had some people in there that were very disruptive to the business unit. So we had to. And it took, when the person was selling selling it was a good salesperson, and then but he was also causing disruption within the company. It takes some good a lot of thought to change that, because you're worried about what's going to happen to the business. But when we did deal with the situation, things just got a lot better.
And this is actually really commonplace, where the business is beholden to one or two people, and it's puts you in quite a precarious position where you're kind of thinking, far out, if I lose this person, I'm going to lose revenue.
That was our issue. Yeah.
Customers with them.
It was funny business, and he did take customers with him when he left, but it's to our advantage. The business just grown and gone leaps and bounds since. So
we basically took control back of the business.
Exactly.
So now what's happened with the sales?
Well, sales they've probably doubled since we took you on board, and it's just been great. I mean, it's become more pleasurable to come to work. We don't have the hassles. We don't have the infighting within the staff. It's great. It's great. I think our turnover of staff has decreased remarkably since we sort of took control, basically, and didn't allow personalities to take control of the business. We control it now. We've got some really good clients and some jobs that have come through from long-term clients, and they've just been getting bigger and bigger. So I think people are getting faith in what we're doing and seeing that we can achieve and can deliver.
We've made some enhancements also, and I had to sort of not fight the accountant, but I had to push some initiatives through.
Yes,
and one of them was getting a handle on the production and getting that to become more efficient.
And I think that's really what it was. The business, we didn't have the systems within the business. We had the accounting side pretty much nailed down, and the invoicing, but we didn't have the systems in production, and that's where we put this new system in. We got a planner in to do our production planning, and that's really working. It's making a huge difference to our delivery dates and our delivery times. Yeah.
Cool. And in terms of the load now, like we almost had the business configured incorrectly with too much weight on salespeople who aren't actually, because salespeople aren't directly necessarily producing revenue, right? They're 100% cost. We've sort of almost reconfigured the business.
Well, yeah, you're right, because we thought, okay, we were getting sales, so let's get more sales guys and let's get more sales. But you can get more sales, but if you can't produce, then there's no point in having a salesperson. So what we did was basically take out some of the sales and the sales team and put in a production and work on the production side of it and get that correct. And now we're looking back at reintroducing sales members back into the team so we can get up again. But we had to get the fundamentals right, and that was the biggest problem we had. Yeah, we've halved our sales team and got double the sales, so it's been great. Yeah, but it's only because we could achieve in the workshop. That's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Thanks, Phil. And just keen to get viewers an understanding of the experience of working with a business advisor, because I think people that haven't had one before don't really understand what it gives them.
I think, I agree. I know I hadn't worked with one before either. I've had, casual coaches on the side and bits and pieces, but when you got someone that knows your business and grows with it and it gives you advice along the way, it's great to have someone to sit down that actually knows what you're talking about and knows where you're going and knows where you want to go to and helps you get there, because sometimes it can be quite lonely. Sitting here, you're the boss, but you can't be friends with people at the same time. A lot of the time, you've got to make decisions, and that sometimes they are pretty hard decisions. And to have someone that can sit there and work with you and say that you are doing it right, or you need to do something slightly differently, or attack it in a different perspective. It's great. It's great to have someone that can actually do that for you or help you through those tough times as well. Yeah. Cool. And we've had some pretty challenging times with COVID as well around, and it's been good to have people to bounce the ideas and things off. So it's been good. Yeah.
And the other thing I want to touch on, because this is fundamental to how I work, how I operate with, there's the market leadership program, but there's also taking you through it, right? So when you started earlier on to where you are now, how have your personal tolerances shifted? Like what you will accept, what you won't accept, all those.
Yeah, a lot of the time, and that's probably why we had staffing issues right in the beginning. I put up with a lot of things that probably I shouldn't have, and I tolerated behaviours that I should never have tolerated. And you need someone to point out that that's not really the way to run things. It's you can't be friends with everybody. You've got to make decisions that sometimes people don't like. And and with someone like Nick around, it's been great. You've given us strength to be able to do those and be comfortable at what you're doing. Yeah.
Cool. And so happier team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Our staff turnaround has been, or it's just basically dropped away. We don't have people leaving now, so it's great. Yeah. So we're retaining staff is excellent. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Phil. Awesome.
Okay. No problem. Thanks, Nick. Cheers.